you mentioned you got a lot of rejections straightforward when you were trying to change your field, to be honest. So would you like to tell us any of that, or how did you handle at that particular moment?
So I'll tell you a personal thing. I was just married when I was trying to um, move to a different role, and then and then like I was like really getting when trying to move, I have a partner whom I can rely on, and she was always encouraging me to do this stuff. And at some point, after a lot of rejection, she was just saying like, uh, "Why didn't you try the other stuff? Because the other stuff is as cool as." I got multiple interview calls from Google, multiple software engineering roles for all the cool startups. I think I gave interviews to all the ride sharing companies like Uber,
Oh.
Grab, and Ola, and I gave multiple different companies. I gave for a regular backend engineer, but I only want to become a developer advocate. So that kind of made it very difficult for me at that point of time. I used to feel really frustrated, to be really really honest, and it's really mentally tiring beyond a point to receive a lot. And every initial email that you receive, probably you might think like, okay, I'll probably go ahead and do it. Handling rejections are, I'll be really honest, it's not easy, it's really difficult. But imagine that the better is only going to come, and imagine that if it is not really working for like more than 6 months, try to pivot, try to rethink on what you're trying to do, maybe. And that's where I use the existing connections to, like, say, I try to work around with Phil and say like, Phil, please help me to see whether I'm doing right way. Is it right way to approach a DevRel role? What should I be doing? In fact, I really want to do such specific role based. I now I got to know like, how does a product management work? How does a sales engineer work? So I kind of want to do this sort of videos on my channel as well. So you need to find out that what makes that role specific. It's not like people don't want you. It's like people, it becomes difficult for you to build up your work in that role if you are not really the hiring managers want you to be successful. Hiring manager doesn't want him or the team only to be successful. The hiring manager want you to be really successful in the role. When you come be comfortable, do the work. And some roles are really wanting, and the community also is like really wanting in a way that the community puts a lot of pressure doing stuff, and sometimes you might not be able to keep up. So that is why people reject. But don't feel bad. Rethink, reevaluate, find out what you need to do. And sometimes it might not be short term. You might not get the result in short term. Keep working on it. Like, do genuine community work with people. People will identify you. Ask questions like, say, hey, why don't you join here? It happens. It really happens, and that day will come. So just keep doing that good community work, and it will be there.
That's the really really interesting thing, and the best thing I liked was you mentioned one thing that we as professional know, and what somebody like a student might not know, that actually hiring manager looks forward to you being successful, because they want the person they are getting into to feel as much as into the company as all others are, right? So definitely that was one point that literally no one else talks about a lot, to be honest.